Okay, ulitin po natin. Ako po si Trixie Cruz Angeles and this is Luminous. Nag-announce po kanina ang ating Korte Suprema at ang sabi nila, today, 16 February 2021, the Supreme Court, sitting as the Presidential Electoral Tribunal, unanimously dismissed the electoral protest filed by former Senator Bongbong Marcos against Vice President Leni Robredo. Ulitin ko po. The Supreme Court, sitting as the Presidential Electoral Tribunal, unanimously dismissed the electoral protest filed by former Senator Bongbong Marcos against Vice President Leni Robredo. This is in connection with the Presidential Electoral Tribunal case entitled Ferdinand Bongbong R. Marcos Jr., Protestant versus Maria Leonor Leni Daang Matuwid G. Robredo, Protestee, PET case number 005. Out of the 15 members of the tribunal who were present in today's meeting, 7 members fully concurred in the dismissal while 8 concurred in the result. The Supreme Court Public Information Office will upload in the Supreme Court website a copy of the resolution of the tribunal detailing the reason or reasons for the dismissal once available. Kahit po kanina yung spokes ng Supreme Court, hindi po niya sure kung ano yung dinismiss. If it was the petition or if it was the second cause of action. Naglabas po ng statement si Attorney Vic Rodriguez, spokesperson of former Senator Bongbong Marcos. Sabi ni Attorney Vic, based on the official pronouncement, the court unanimously voted to dismiss our second cause of action, which is the manual recount and judicial revision. However, as to the issue on how to proceed with the third cause of action, which is the annulment of votes in Mindanao, the tribunal has yet to decide on the matter. Okay, tatlo po ang causes of action na final ni BBM. The first one was for the recount na dismiss na po yun. Tapos na po. Kasi, base dun sa recount, they based their recount on the optical record. Meaning kung ano yung ni-record ng counting machines. So dismissed na po yun kasi in-uphold lang they were not able to produce new evidence kasi nga basa yung mga balota, may isda, may damo, may motor oil, and so on. Yung mga balota, and therefore there was allegedly no evidence daw, there's no evidence daw to overturn the optical recount, the optical count. So they upheld the optical count. Ngayon, may dalawa pang causes of action. Doon sa second cause of action, which is the manual recount and judicial revision, yung pagre-revise nga po ng bilang ng mga boto base doon sa mga anomalya, wala pang desisyon ang Korte Suprema. Mag-file pa at ang last motion kasi na final nung 2019 ni BBM is to act on the third cause of action to nullify the votes in Maguindanao, Basilan, and Lanao del Sur. Okay? Yun yung pinagdidiskitahan natin kasi nung October last year, saka lang nag-issue ng order si Justice Leonen requiring the comments to be filed by both parties, by the COMELEC and the Solicitor General. At ang sinabi niya, after their filing, ay maggagawa siya ng resolution or decision on the matter in January. So yun po ang nakasalang. It was the second cause of action. But it was the third cause of action kasi ang nakasalang is both the second cause of action at saka third cause of action. Pero wala pang decision dun sa second cause of action. Kaya ini-expect that the resolution would contain the decision on both number 2 and number 3. Yung number 3, yung pinakomentohan last year na na-receive kaagad ni Justice Leonen, pero nag-issue siya ng draft resolution nitong Enero lang. Nag-en banc session ang Korte Suprema last week. At ito yung last week at sinabi na confuse yung mga justices kasi nga iba-iba yung pagination at parang may mga small differences yung mga resolutions kasi nga nabinigay ni Justice Leonen. So, this morning, nag-en banc na para magbotohan on whether or not the en banc agrees with the resolution of Justice Leonen. And apparently, 7 agreed in full and 8 agreed in the result, meaning the dismissal. Ngayon, ang hindi maliwanag ay second cause of action ba o the entire petition ang dinismiss? Kasi pinabulaanan ni Attorney Vic Rodriguez na yung dismissal was for the entire petition. So now we're a little confused. Kasi kung i-uphold yung third cause of action at inalify yung mga boto dun sa tatlo, BBM only has to present evidence of the votes there and how many votes he had gotten, and they will need to be verified with the COMELEC, and if this and that will be removed from the total tally. Okay, once that is removed from the total tally, this will affect the outcome of the elections. Okay? So, wala pang decision sa second cause of action, may pending motion to act on the third cause of action. So, the dismissal will either be on the second cause of action or both on the second and third causes of action. Kung dun sa second and third, then virtually dismissed na nga yung petition. Pero kung dun sa second pa lang, kailangan ng decision on the third cause of action. If both number 2 and number 3 have been dismissed, tapos na yung boxing. If it is only number 2, then there is yet another delay in determining kung sino ang nanalo dito sa eleksyon na to, or in determining kung nanalo nga si BBM dito sa eleksyon na ito. Okay? Ulit. Okay, so let's check on your questions now. Nababaliw ako, parang ang lakas ng boses ko. Feeling ko ang lakas ng boses ko. Okay. Going to check on your questions. So, hindi pa tayo sure kung anong nangyayari kasi ultimo yung spokesperson ng Supreme Court, hindi niya alam. Kasi of course, hindi pa nabibigay yung written resolution. You have to hand it to them. Totoo naman sinasabi ni Spokes kasi kaninang umaga lang po yung desisyon ng NBank. Okay? Wag mo nang mabuhayan, wag mo nang ma-depress. Hindi pa tayo sure kung ano yung desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Ngayon, ang tanong is, ngayon, apparently, but that was as of 5 o'clock kanina. Ngayon, sinasabi is that si Supreme Court Spokes says kasama na daw yung third cause of action. If kasama yung third cause of action, then tapos na po ito. Vice President Lenny is now considered to have rightfully won the election. We can now concentrate on campaigning for BBM for whatever position he is going to run. Di ba? Take note ito, mga nagtatanong, ibig sabihin ba daw, sabi delay na naman yung kaso ni BBM. Well, we don't know, okay? So the only thing that we know right now is we don't know. Unless, sabihin nga nitong si Spokes Hosaka, kung na-dismiss nga yung third cause of action. Okay. Kung na-dismiss na yung third cause of action, then it is over. But if hindi pa na-dismiss yung third cause of action, then there is still another delay. Either way, it's not good. Okay? Yung post ng GMA News, dismissed ang kaso, was based on the Supreme Court's own announcement. Kasi in-announce ng Supreme Court ay dismissed yung case. But it is Attorney Vic Rodriguez who is saying it is only the second cause of action. Now, nagpa-interview daw, according to Sir Benji Contreras, nagpa-interview daw si Spokes ng Supreme Court, and he is saying that na-dismiss daw pati third cause of action. Ngayon, we don't know why any of them have been dismissed. Yung second, medyo malabo na yon after the results of the first. Pero yung dun sa third, yun yung pinakamalakas. Kasi kung na-nullify yung mga boto dun sa area na yon, Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur, and Basilan, that would have changed the entire game. At ang kailangan lang is to present the evidence on the nullification, why it should be nullified, and of course on the number of votes that were actually obtained, which are available with the Commission on Elections. Ngayon, ang sinasabi din daw ni Attorney Larry is it is only the second cause of action. Tama kayo, Ma'am Annie, sinabi nga ni Attorney Larry yon. Well, now we will see. We will have to wait for the spokes to make a full clarification, hindi dapat interview lang, make a full statement that both the second and third causes of actions have been dismissed. Tinatanong ni Mark, bakit ganon? Sobrang bilis. Actually, sobrang delayed. Di sana noon pa, di ba? It would have been good kung, para sa akin, either way, kung maaga yung decision. Kung yung decision was within the first year or after for 1 year or even 2 years, then BBM could have been appointed. Pero ngayon, with 8 months to go before the filing of the Certificate of Candidacy, medyo malabo kung magpapa-appoint pa si BBM. Maaabala lang siya, he will have to concentrate on doing a good job. Pero malapit na ang filing ng Certificates of Candidacy, which is October 1 to 7, or 8. Sorry. Okay? So, right now, if the case has in fact been dismissed, then there is no question. Then there is no question that this is now, it's over. But if only the second cause of action has been dismissed, it's not over until there is a decision on the second cause of action. Okay. Okay. Other questions? Medyo simple lang to. Puro na lang panggigipit kay BBM, sabi ni Herman Constantino. In case any reason, wag naman sana, oops, teka, ang bilis ng mga comments. Sandali, paano ko papagabagali nito? Sabi tinatanong kung pwede bang kasuhan yung nag-cause ng delay kasi parang unfair naman kay BBM. Hindi po kung it is in the ordinary course of the trial. Hindi po. Saan po nakuha ni Mr. Contreras na pati third cause of action? Supposedly in-announce ni Mr. Brian Hosaka, who is the spokes of the Supreme Court kanina during his interview in ANC. It would have been good nga, tama itong sinasabi, na it would have been good, dismiss kung dismissed, wag lang i-delay. Kaso, this is already a delay. But, it is not a delay that we can take action on. Okay? So, ano ang pwede natin gawin? Well, right now, ang pinakamaigi natin gawin is either to push for hybrid elections, but not the hybrid elections na pinapursue ni Tito Sen. Sabi ni Attorney Glenn Chong kanina, yung pinupush ni Tito Sen na hybrid elections ay yun pa rin, Smartmatic pa rin ang magbabasa. Ang gusto nating hybrid elections is a manual count, pero the transmission can be by Smartmatic. Kasi meron tayong ebidensya at madali lang mag-transmit. Well, pwede nga hindi Smartmatic eh. We can do away with Smartmatic kasi simple lang, electronic transmission lang. 'Di ba? It's very simple. Kahit nga naka-iPad lang, pwede mong gawin. You don't need a counting machine to transmit the number of votes. 'Di ba? Ngayon, guys, please be very careful na huwag tayong maghihikayat to commit any crimes. Okay, yung mga nagsasabing RevGov o rebellion o kudeta and all of that, these are inciting, nag-i-incite kayo to commit a crime. There is a crime called inciting to rebellion and inciting to kudeta and inciting to terrorism. Okay, and inciting to sedition. Mag-ingat po tayo sa ating mga sinasabi. Huwag po tayong even if other vloggers can get away with it, please mag-ingat tayo so that your accounts will also be protected. Hindi ba pwedeng gamitin ng Smartmatic nakakadala na? Hindi, yun na nga right now, ang sinasabi ng COMELEC is that inevitably it is still Smartmatic. In fact, Smartmatic nga ang magre-refurbish ng mga counting machines. In-overturn nila yung winning bidder at ang in-instate nila is Smartmatic. Doon pa lang alam natin that it was going to be Smartmatic all along. Now, pwede tayong magtulak ng hybrid elections. Ito yung problema sa Kongreso po. First hearing pa lang. First reading pa lang. Meaning wala pang committee report. Sa Senado, may committee report. Pero ito yung version ni Tito Sen na Smartmatic pa rin ang magbabasa. So, I don't think we can look at the Congress para saklolohin tayo dito. So, yun na nga. Ngayon, merong ring statement from Commissioner Weng Guanzon saying na wala na daw oras even for the COMELEC to change to a hybrid elections. Kasi, and ito medyo nadula sila, pwedeng kahit walang batas, COMELEC lang ang magbago ng sistema. Kasi you can maintain Smartmatic to transmit the number of votes but to conduct a manual recount. Kailangan mo lang ng COMELEC resolution para baguhin just that portion, just the counting portion. It doesn't need a law. Okay? May jurisdiction at may discretion ang Commission on Elections, the commissioners, to make new rules. Pero, will they do it? Will they do it is the question. Now, here is some food for thought. All but one COMELEC commissioner was appointed by the President, has been appointed by the President. Halos lahat yan na nakaupo sa Commission on Elections ay appointed by the President. Are they acting for or against Smartmatic? That should give us a clue. Ano pa yung dapat tinitignan natin? Nung sumabog yung cheating scandal dito at tumakbo si Andy Bautista, anong ginawa ng NBI? Hindi nila final yung kaso despite the fact na may ebidensya na binigay si Tisha Bautista sa kanila. Based on that evidence, they could have filed the case and canceled Andy Bautista's passport or asked the DFA to cancel Andy Bautista's passport. Hindi ginawa. Okay? That has been long delayed. Ilang years na since nagbigay ng ebidensya si Madam Tisha. Okay? What about with the COMELEC? Alam ng COMELEC that we can change to a manual count with electronic transmission on their own and only by COMELEC resolution. Walang ginawa. Sinabi ng Presidente sa Kongreso, priority ang hybrid elections. Anong nangyari sa Kongreso? Walang ginawa. Neither the Senate nor the House. Senator Amy Marcos was waging and still is waging a very lonely battle for electoral reform para hindi na Smartmatic. May nakinig ba? Hindi. Nag-propose ng isa pang bill si Tito Sen, and what's it about? It is still Smartmatic that will count. So, may nangyayari ba sa legislature? Wala. Presidente na ang nagsabi, i-prioritize nyo yan. Hindi ginawa. Hindi hinuli si Andy Bautista. Hindi kinancel yung passport niya. Hindi nagkaroon ng full-scale investigation into whether or not Smartmatic actually cheated or if there were problems or they are coming up with questionable results. The COMELEC could do that on its own, or the COMELEC, even without conducting an investigation, can start a bidding for a different administrator or person who will conduct the count. But they're not doing that. What does that mean? It means tayo at saka possibly si Senator Amy ay nag-iisa. Wala tayong kakampi. Kung gusto natin ng electoral reform, what do? We will have to push and push very hard. Pero pushing our officials might be difficult. O ngayon, tignan natin, hindi ba pwede rin tayong mag-electoral reform through people's initiative? Kaya ba natin yon? Kaya ba natin, let's say, to come up with 10% of the entire electoral registered voters to be able to manifest and sign a petition saying we want electoral reform? And do you think we can do that before the filing of candidacies this October? What? Do you? Ako, I don't think so. The kind of mobilization it requires is just mind-boggling. And that was how the law was built. Okay? Galit ba kayo? Oo, galit din ako. What do we do? What can we do? Sino bang mga kongresista natin? Sino ang mga tumatakbo? Sino yung mga nakaupo ngayon? Kailangan either we massively write to them, mag-ingay tayo sa social media. Kung kailangan to call them out constantly and every day, then we're going to have to do it. We have to interrupt every national conversation by saying that we have to get rid of Smartmatic because the one and only power that we have right now is the power of our vote. And if they take away that vote, if they take away that sole power that we have to institute our leaders, what does this mean? It means that Smartmatic has replaced us as the people of the Philippines. Sila yung nagde-decide kung sino leaders natin. Anong kailangan natin gawin? Our leaders have to move. Kailangan maramdaman nila yung galit natin. Diba? Kailangan ma-push natin sila. And how are we going to do this? Well, we can do the massive letter writing campaign. We can make noise here on social media. And we have to determine every day, is this enough? Is this enough? If it is not enough, what are we going to do? Kasi even changing itong mga itong mga opisyalis natin na nakaupo, they're not doing anything. Okay? They're not. Hindi ako galit dahil dismissed yung kaso ni BBM or possibly dismissed yung kaso ni BBM. Galit ako because nobody seems to be taking cognizance of the cheating that happened here. Okay? So, ngayon, ang nakikita lang natin na published na mga emails are of the Speaker of the House and of the President of the Senate. And if we have to send by snail mail, hell, we have to send by snail mail. Take pictures of the letters that you're going to send and then send them. Actually send them. OFWs, ang dami po ninyo. May mga emails na nasa congressional website, may mga snail mail dun sa congressional website, may mailing ang COMELEC, meron din ang Senate. Let's just keep making all of these noise. Ngayon, kung hindi nila tayo papansinin, we will have to vote in a united way this next elections. Nakapanalo tayo ng presidente. Tandaan ninyo na ipanalo natin si Presidente Duterte because the cheating can only be so much. But it is still cheating. It will still determine a vast number of our leaders. Kaya ba natin magpapanalo ng presidente ng 20 million or 30 million votes para hindi tayo pwede dayain? Kailangan kayanin natin. Pero kung nag-iisang presidente, kung puro tiwali din yung mga kongresista at mga senador, anong gagawin natin? Kailangan nag-organize din tayo at local levels. Sino ba dyan ang hindi Smartmatic? Sino ba dyan ang hindi bumibili sa Smartmatic? We have to ferret them out. But for the moment, we have to be angry. We have to be angry because they are most likely going to deprive us of our votes because it is still Smartmatic. Bakit tayo galit? Kasi ang linaw-linaw ng cheating and cheating mechanisms na iprinisinta sa mga hearings sa Senado at Kongreso, and we have not forgotten that. Okay? Snail mail, email. Sige, hanapin natin. For anybody who knows the email addresses of the congressmen, send them to me. We will post them on Luminous. We will post them on our YouTube. We will post them on Twitter. We will do everything we can and kuyugin natin yung ating mga kongresista. Kuyugin din natin ang Malacanang. Kuyugin din natin ang COMELEC. This is not what we want. We say no more Smartmatic. Kung ganito kalantaran, kung ganito kakapal ang ibang mga tao, ang Smartmatic sa atin, walang pakundangan dun sa soberanya natin, sa sovereign right natin to choose our leaders, they have to go. They just have to go. Diba? Huwag niyong kalimutan yung galit ninyo. Huwag niyong kalimutan itong galit natin. Hindi pwedeng galit tayo ngayon. Tapos pag eleksyon, yun lang kilala natin ang iboboto natin. Huwag nating kalimutan na smart magic tayo dito. And we can't do it again. We can't let them do it again. Inubo na ako. Okay? Sige. Para dun sa mga what do we do? Today pa lang, what are we going to do? Today, we have to find email addresses and start writing. And please, if you can post an encouragement to Senator Amy because she's doing the right thing in electoral reform, by all means, post a good message to Ma'am Amy, tag her, post a message of support to BBM. Just he has a vlog. You can post your messages there. Do not forget this day. Do not forget yung galit natin. Do not forget na when it comes to elections, remember, October 1 to 8, filing na ng candidacies. By that time, in place na yung makinarya. If it is going to be Smartmatic, it is going to be Smartmatic kung umabot tayo ng October 1 at hindi pa yan nagbabago. Ayun, pinost ni Ma'am Doreen Nib yung list. Ma'am Doreen, can you post it on, I'm going to make another post. Yung post ng announcement nitong live na to, paki-post doon. Guys, don't forget, disseminate the email addresses of our congressmen and senators. Disseminate the email address of the COMELEC. Especially kayo, mga OFWs, kayo yung count na medyo pinakamalabo talaga. Don't forget, and do not forget, and pagka may nakakakalimot, let's remind each other, Smartmatic pa rin. Kailangan magalit tayo, kailangan we hang together and stay angry at this magnanakaw. Okay? Naubo na ako. May live po tayo mamaya sa YouTube on the oral arguments on the Anti-Terrorism Act, mamayang 7 o'clock. So you can join us there. We can still talk about this later. Pero please, if you can share this video, please share this live or just hashtag no to SmartMad. Ano ba to? Ano yung nilagay natin kanina? End Smartmatic now. Okay? Mag-hashtag na tayo, End Smartmatic now. And please, do not forget na galit tayo. Do not forget this anger. Isipin mo, pinaboto pa nila tayo, hindi naman pala bibilangin. Ano ba yan? 'Di ba? Smart putik talaga to mga to. And also, let Attorney Glenn Chong, and please check Attorney Glenn Chong's wall every so often for his own suggestions on what we can do to push and to save the next elections. Because yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to save the next elections para yun po ang magiging natin. It should be a new day for us with real, actual leaders that we actually chose. Okay? Hindi yung mga may utang na loob dyan sa Smartmatic. Maraming salamat. Don't forget, share, and do not forget, galit tayo. Okay, wait, recap muna tayo. Number 1, hindi pa tayo sure until we hear again si Spokes Brian Hosaka if yung third cause of action ni BBM ay na-dismiss rin. If it has been dismissed, then the entire petition has been dismissed. If it is only the second cause of action, then there is a delay, may third cause of action pa na hindi pa nadidesisyonan. Okay? Either way, lugi na tayo kung talagang si BBM ang nanalo. Our vote did not count for anything kasi iba ang umupo, assuming na nanalo si BBM. So, assuming that the worst has happened, do not forget yung galit natin ngayon. Do not forget that as long as Smartmatic is there, hindi tayo sure kung binibilang ng maayos yung ating mga boto. And pag binabaliwala nila yung ating boto, not a single one of our leaders can claim to be legit except maybe this president. Okay? Maraming salamat. Like, share, Luminous. Don't forget to like and follow Luminous. Tinaflatel po kami ng FB, kaya yung sa iba sa inyo hindi kami parating nakikita. Don't forget to check if you have still liked and followed Luminous. And if you haven't, just keep ahead. Go ahead and like. And please share this video. Hashtag the End Smartmatic now. And do not ever forget na dinaya nila tayo. Maraming salamat. 7 o'clock sa YouTube ang live natin on the Anti-Terrorism Act.